YouTubers, preppers, DTubers, and I got to throw DTuber in there now because I'm going to be doing YouTube and DTube. So I'm cleaning out a closet, and I found this popover pan sitting in my stuff that I like to buy, and there's the popover pan, and there's the special center vents for even cooking on this. So I says, popover, how the hell do I make a popover? So I went out to YouTube, watched a couple videos, and what I'm going to do here is give you a collaboration of a bunch of the videos that I have watched. And the funny thing is, I was wondering about volume and sizing for the pan that I have here, how much ingredients I was going to read, and on the particular back of this particular model, it's 3 large eggs, a cup of milk, 3 teaspoons of butter, and a cup of flour. From what I was gathering myself, I went and got like a cup and a half, a cup and a quarter of milk. I use half and half instead of milk all the time. A cup and a quarter of flour, and I went to 3 eggs, and I got my butter in there. And I have salt that I have put into the flour at this point in time. I'm going to kick it up a notch and put some cheese in here, but I think some Parmesan and garlic and stuff like that would really make this work. So you're going to want to sift your flour, and for you guys that don't know what sifting is, you just get a strainer like this, put your flour in there and wiggle it until all the fine sifting goes out. I have my salt in there. Second thing I have gathered from watching all the videos, you want all the ingredients at room temperature. The milk, the eggs, the butter is melted in there. Room temperature. This helps the steaming factor, and what's going to make the popovers pop and get steamy theoretically and all that is the emission of steam in the batch while it's cooking. So I'm going to mix this stuff together. And I'm going to be using, one video said don't preheat the oven, let it rise slowly, stick it in there. Everything else is saying preheat the, I'm not preheat the oven, but take the pan, don't preheat it, stick it in the oven, then set your temperature and let it go up. But the majority of the videos I've watched say preheat this freaking little pan here for 5 minutes or so, and then pour your batch in and stick it in the oven and do a 2-process cooking procedure on that. So I'm going to follow that route and see what goes on, and we'll come back in a second after I got everything mixed up here. Bye. Okay guys, I forgot to back it up. The reason we want to sift the flour is so we don't get the lumpiness in there. So I've let this sit. I have my oven preheating up to 400. Now some that I have watched said to add baking soda. So I'm not. I mean baking powder. So I'm not going to do that because the majority of the videos did not do it. So the process of the steaming to make the I can see in a baking situation where you don't have the steaming effect taking place, and you don't want that big airy hole kind of thing inside of a popover. Might apply for the baking powder kind of thing, but in this event I'm going to say no. I'm going to be using a cheddar cheese mixture. Like I said before, a Parmesan I think would work. I saw another recipe with like 6 eggs and 3 cups of flour, but apparently for this this is all we're going to need, and we're going to go about 3/4 full on the height of these things. So I'll come back. Going to let this rest. One video said let it rest an hour. Another video says no. Maybe it's possibly to get that room temperature aspect to the ingredients if you did put cold eggs in and all that kind of good stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. Talk to you a little bit. Bye. Okay guys, correction, I heated the oven to 450, preheated, and this pan was preheated to 450. I'm putting the regular, I upped it a little bit. I'm going to put Parmesan fresh grated here, and I'm going to put the cheddar cheese mix here just to try it out to see what's going on. Pan is hot. I did spray olive oil. People say also you can put butter in the bottom. So it's really a hodgepodge of technique to get to your favorite liking. So This was preheated to 450, this pan, so when I poured the liquid in there, it sizzled, which it's supposed to do. So now we're going to stick it in the oven for about 15-16 minutes at 450, and then after the 15-16 minutes, we're going to crank it down to 375 for another 15-16 minutes. So we'll see what goes on. See you later, guys. This is the 16 minutes phase to the 350, just to give you an idea what these little puppies are looking like. Looking pretty good. So we're dropped it down to 350 for another 16 minutes, and we're gonna see what goes on. Thanks. Bye bye. Okay, guys, just out of the oven. Look at the golden brown. Look at them things just pulling right out. Look at that. Just pulls right out. Look at that. Now, one video said to stop the expansion process, go ahead and poke a hole in here, which I'm going to do so they stay formed. It's funny how that stayed. There's a good full one there. Perfect. Look at that, just pulled right out. So we're going to dig into these and see how they are. Throw some butter on there. That one kind of just popped itself out, and that one stayed there. Very cool. So I hope, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. This is my first stovetop cooking session, and I used a whisk when I beated the flour. Being a prepper and you're out, you can make these at the campfire in your Dutch oven. So to be able just to whisk it up, no electronic tools needed. And again, I hope you enjoyed this little quick synopsis of how to make the popovers. And you could even use regular muffin buttons too, but they would be close things so that you see the wide separation here. That one makes a big difference between a muffin tray and a popover tray. So thanks for watching, guys, and catch you next time. And remember, DTube and YouTube. So check out DTube. It's a new format for YouTube guys that want to put political stuff up and don't want to get turned down or shut down for monetizing. So it's I'm just learning it, so a new concept, but check you out later. Bye, guys. Have fun. Bye-bye.